Hey Leo, welcome to Intention 1111. I'm here tonight to do your second half-ish love read for August. I wanted to say thank you to all the viewers and all the new subscribers. Welcome. Those who've been there since day one, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for interacting with the channel. I wanted to say that if you'd like a book or read with me, then you can reach me at whereyourintentions at intentions1111.com. Or I'm still taking requests from the Jezebel Way at gmail.com. So we're in Mercury retrograde, the beginning, right? I mean, and we kind of, at this point, we all know the rules, right, for Mercury retrograde. And I think it's still in Virgo, so you might be feeling a lot of purging energy. Just flow with it, right? Just go with it. So let's see what we have for Leo for love for second half August. All right. Okay, so somebody is in a loss energy. Okay. Okay, Leo. For some of you out there, this may not be for everybody, right? Take what resonates and chunk the rest of it. You have someone, and if this is you or somebody else, you know, the other party, whatever, switch it how you need to, right? You have someone here who saw something on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, right, you're using. If you're using social media, you have someone here, Leo, being very blatant in regard to who they're seeing, who they're dating, and it involves a karmic energy. So, of course, you know, twin flame, soulmate, karmic. All relationships are karmic, but, you know, you have your twin flames, your soulmates, and your actual karmics, your lesson people, right? And I know there's been a lot of verbiage, okay, being thrown around TikTok and all these readers, right, about a karmic twin flame or a karmic soulmate. Well, all relationships are karmic. But there's a definite difference between twin flame, soulmate, and a karmic, right? So there is the idea that since I have the karmic card here that indicates maybe this is a soulmate or twin flame that is in your read, right? So someone's being very blatant about a relationship with a karmic person. And there's a lot of reckless behavior happening. So whether that's you exhibiting reckless behavior as a result of grieving or someone exhibiting reckless behavior with the karmic, you have a runner. Basically, essentially, you've got a runner here. It could be a masculine, doesn't have to be, but, you know, 9 times out of 10, your masculine is going to be your runner. It has nothing to do with gender. You have a runner here who's running away from a connection. You've seen something on social media or somewhere. Okay, it could even be someone telling you, hey, have you heard about so-and-so? And you're kind of taken aback. You're kind of sad. You're kind of grieving. Number one, that they're throwing this karmic in your face, right? And number two, that they are acting so recklessly, either indulging in drink or drugs or sexual behavior, whatever it is, okay? Maybe they're, you know, driving too fast. I don't know. But you've got a behavior that you're seeing in a person that you love, that you have a connection to, that is making you worried about them. You know that they are running from something, and that's why they're behaving that way. So it's not entirely fabulous news, but you have someone here who is in major denial. And this karmic, of course, here in this card, the intentions here are not fabulous. I mean, just because, you hear a lot of readers talk about the karmic and they shit talk the karmic and they're like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Karmics really are here to teach us some pretty big lessons about dysfunction, right? But doesn't have to mean the karmic's always a bad guy, right? It's just not what we want, and so our ego tells us they're the bad guy. It's not necessarily the case. But in this case, I think the karmic may be the bad guy. She's holding a knife here, laying in wait, right? So that indicates to me that she may not, or he may not be the good guy, right? Or good girl, whatever. So let's see what this is about. Show me on the universe. Some people often get wrapped up in the idea, if they have a perceived rejection, that you are rejecting them, that they want to show you who does want them. And they want you to have a play-by-play, right? And if they would just stop to realize for a few minutes that it's not them you're rejecting. You may be rejecting the connection. You may be rejecting their behavior. You may be rejecting the way that they do things. There's a lot of reasons that they have this perceived rejection of them, which 9 times out of 10 has nothing to do with how you feel about them. A lot of the time it's about how they conduct their life or how they behave or, what have you. But you do have an idea here that somebody's really trying to put across to you and really trying to show you, well, if you don't want me, let me show you who does. So there's a lot of that kind of ego manipulation right off the bat, weaving something. They're weaving something. That talks about, and not alchemizing, weaving, right? That talks about trying to get some sort of revenge because they feel a perceived rejection from Leo. So here you have the Hermit card next to that, right? So you have two, this is them, this is you. You have two ideas about what's happening. This person's weaving, trying to show Leo some real shit, And the Hermit over here, which is you, Leo. I know the Hermit is not Leo's sign, but this is how your energy's presenting. That you are kind of off by yourself. You're kind of really working on yourself. You're looking for a hope. You're looking for a brighter path. You're ingrained in some sort of a spiritual practice here that you are working on yourself, right? And you have your back turned to this person, and that's the rejection. That you're not going to pay attention to the shit they're trying to pull, basically. You kind of already know that they're doing it, but you're not concerning yourself with it. You know they're in their ego. You know they have a wound, a rejection wound, or whatever, that it triggers their self-esteem. And so you're over here, trying to work your programs, okay? And there's some communication about heartbreak between the two of you. So if you're thinking, Leo, okay, of either trying to pour your heart out to this person or trying to tell them, it's shit what you're doing, you need to quit acting that way or whatever, right? Don't, okay? You need to be concerned with yourself, concerned with your practices, concerned with your peace, concerned with your little bubble right now. So do not make any kind of offers to this person. Of course, I have Aries, I have Virgo, I have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? And I have Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. So the idea is to maintain your groundedness no matter how bad they act, how bad they try to show you they are, because they're just trying to lash out. So let's kind of see what's going on with this party. This karmic is also a very manipulative energy, sort of. When I look at this card, I get a vision here of like whispering in somebody's ear, something that they know is going to trigger them, like, oh, she never loved you anyway, you're better off with me, or whatever. Yeah, have that drink, you deserve it, but it's very manipulative and very destructive thought processes. Show me. Yeah, this person isn't nurturing themselves. They've abandoned their spiritual practice. They've abandoned the connection. It's almost as if they've sort of fallen back asleep. They are allowing their rejection and their ego to sort of run the show. And the reason they abandoned it was because of this Ten of Pentacles. The idea that, the idea of coming together in relationship or commitment or whatever is a wash, right? It's not going to happen. So they've abandoned it. So instead of understanding that this type of journey is about your own growth and healing and coming together with your own self, because you're your own twin flame or self-discovery, whatever it is you want to call it, they're sitting in their ego and they are abandoning the journey completely because it didn't turn out the way they had planned. And that's a matter of a perspective change on their part. They're under a lot of heavy anxiety right now. They are exhibiting this reckless behavior in order to soothe something or act out something. But when they look in the mirror, they hate themselves. They're trapped in this cycle, this ego cycle here. So your person over here is having a lot of negative experiences with a lot of negative, nasty people. So if by chance you've been feeling some of those emotions or that energy coming your way, you're probably most likely feeling it from this person you're connected to. And again, I think that's why it's saying there's no need for you to reach out. It will fall on deaf ears. What you need to do is stay grounded in your own practices and worry about your own self. Because they have a lesson cycle with this karmic and this behavior that they have to learn. It's essential for them to go there, so they can figure out how to get out of this dysfunctional and negative behavior. So let's kind of see what's going on with Leo. You're conflicted, Leo. You're conflicted because you feel like right now you're having conversations with people about this person. There could be some gossiping going on about what's been seen with this person. And you're losing your faith in the situation. You're kind of like, well, maybe this was just something I made up in my head. Maybe this person never cared about me. Maybe it's just something I thought was the case because they are not the person that I knew. This person now is not the person that I knew. And you're way out of balance with it. So get back in balance with your own self, right? Also, I get a feeling that the Temperance card sometimes is about addictions, right? So I kind of feel like you're sitting there asking yourself, has this person, they've relapsed or has, did I cause this or... There's just something about it maybe that you're not at peace with. You're having a hard time, you're conflicted, and you're not at peace with this, right? So let's see how this person's feeling about you. But it's saying to you, it's essential for this person to go there, and it's not for you to reach out. It's not for you to try to control. It's not for you to try to help them. They have to learn to bring these two parts together to create their own balance instead of being out of balance. You're out of alignment with this person. You feel like you don't know them anymore. And because they're out of alignment with themselves and their practices, right? So let's kind of see how they feel about you. How does this person feel about Leo? How does this person feel about Leo? They're giving you the side eye because they're mad as hell at you, not moving forward with you. They do want reconciliation, but they have to make a decision again to get back in alignment, to find their balance. They will, if you are blocked in some way, or you're feeling energetically blocked from them or separated that way, like you can't feel them anymore, that's going to come to a close, right? You're going to start picking back up on things, or there's going to be some flowing of communication that was blocked before. But it has to come from them. It cannot come from you. So let's see what you can expect from this person. What can you expect from this person? There will come a time which you will see this person. You may be seeing a lot of disturbing things being splashed around, right? Or you may be hearing a lot of disturbing things about this person, right? But there will come a time, well, that will stop because they're going to run into a wall, right? Eventually they'll run into a wall. When they run into that wall, you're going to start to see a change happen here, in which they are going to be spending a lot of time in nature. They're going to be spending a lot of time by themselves, rebuilding themselves, rebuilding their life, maybe trying to find themselves again. And that's when they're going to be unblocking you energetically, right? Or even if it is social media, whatever the situation. You feel like you've wasted a lot of time here, and you're never going to get the apology from them, right? There's something here about, I should never have spent as much time as I did in this relationship. It was never going to be what I wanted it to be. I was only fooling myself, right? And I think that you're going to stop withholding yourself from seeing others. And you are going to take yourself back off the shelf, right? And you're going to start getting out there and dating or what have you. There's a transition here about letting this person go so you can sort of move forward and have your own fulfillment here. And this person going into a cycle in which they have to come back into their own balance. So you're kind of going in a little bit different directions to come back together again. That may be followed with a little bit of depression, your sadness, a great deal of sadness. But just remember to ingrain yourself in your own things that bring you peace, that give you enlightenment. You're going to be a little bit heartbroken over this. I feel like this comes as a shock or something here to you, Leo. So you're on the right path with grounding, right? Can't control this person. You can't control what they do. You can only worry about your own self, right? But you're coming out of a period in which you put your heart away, right? Because you were saving it, I think, for this person. Thinking that, things were going in a specific way, and maybe they're not, right? So you're battling with yourself about illusions. But that's going to come to an end. You're going to start getting back out there, start seeing people, start dating, whatever your situation. Making connections with friends and family. You're going to be coming out of a hermit mode, okay, and into getting back in the groove of living life. So let's see what some advice cards are for you, Leo. Stop looking outside yourself for the answers. You already know them. And so we know how this kind of thing goes, right? Somebody mirrors behavior to us, or they trigger us so that we go in the direction that we need to go in, right? So again, you know, you kind of had your heart over here on a shelf, right? Saving space for somebody who wasn't going to come back just yet, right? And I think you were looking to them to see, you know, why are they doing this? Why aren't they here with me? What's happening? And you get some sort of shocking news, or you see something pretty shocking. And it's because you were looking for outside validation, right? Outside of yourself, right? Be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting. This lends to the idea that you tried to change yourself, or you were trying to be what this person wanted you to be, right? Never forget how resilient you are. You always bounce back, and you will be bouncing back because you're coming out of an energy of isolation back into an energy of socialization and getting back with friends and maybe going on dates and things like that. What has your inner voice been asking of you? What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. So Leo, fair warning, right? You may be hearing or seeing something shocking. This may have already happened for some of you. That may, you know, kind of make you a little bit sad. But don't go deeper into a hermited situation. This is what you needed to see in order to get you out of a place of waiting for someone, right? Because sometimes we have to let go. So that's what I have for you guys, and I'll see you shortly for first half September.